A deal on Dickens, who could resist? A stack of Austen, warmly kissed. Golden Age crime tales twist and turn, every page a treasure to learn. Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea, reading always feels so free.
Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. I've been meaning to do a video for a while, and I know I have so many to still put up. I just have not been feeling like editing, and I just need to do it and put them up. Been a very bad booktuber this year. Anyway, I just want to go through some of my plans for Big Book Summer. And yeah, I might then record a video after that about one of the books I've already finished for Big Book Summer. So my goal this year for Big Book Summer was, sorry, I feel like there's stuff in my glasses, was to kind of like make it a bit simpler. This year I've really been wanting to focus just kind of more on not putting as much stress on myself. So I've very much been going back to my roots of mysteries, Golden Age mysteries in particular, this year. So my numbers are actually pretty high for the amount I'm reading. I've been averaging about 10 books a month, but that's because I've been reading a lot of Golden Age mysteries. So I think my Big Book Summer is going to kind of reflect that tendency. And it already is with the first book that I finished for Big Book Summer, which I just finished reading, and I'll do a review on it. Where did I put it? This one here. Georgette Heyer's No Wind of Blame, which is over 400 words. I think it's 400 and even without including the excerpt, it's 411 pages. Including the excerpt from Footsteps in the Dark, it's 426 pages. So this is very much well within the strictures of Big Book Summer, and I look forward to reviewing it because I really enjoyed this. And I love this collection anyway of Georgette Heyer's books. I'll talk more about that at that time. So my Big Book Summer could very easily be highly Georgette Heyer weighted, because a lot of quite a few of the Country House mystery collections for Georgette Heyer is over 400 words. If you have it in a different collection, the printing might make it slightly less than 400 words. I think Mom has a version of Footsteps in the Dark that's less than 400 words. This one with the excerpt is 420 some. Whoop, there we go. 420 some pages. And this is the next one that I'm going to be reading for Big Book Summer, is Footsteps in the Dark. And all the Georgette Heyers that I'm planning on reading, I've not yet read, because I've only read, prior to this Big Book Summer, I've only read, I think, 3 or 4 of hers. I read her Christmas one. I read Why Shoot a Butler, Death on the Stocks, and okay, I read 4 of them, because then I also read Behold, There's Poison. I believe it's actually Behold, Here's Poison. But this is my first one for Big Book Summer. This is my planned second one for Big Book Summer. And then I have at least one other Georgette Heyer, if not more, planned for Big Book Summer. So that next one will be Pen Hollow after Footsteps in the Dark. I could make quite a dent in my Georgette Heyer mystery collection if I put some focus on it for Big Book Summer, because these are unusually long mysteries, because a lot of classic mysteries average like in the 200 to 340 page range, I've noticed. I would say that Agatha Christie usually is about 230 to maybe 350 tops. So these are actually on the longer end, but part of it is the height of the book and the really nice way the print's set up. So it makes this particular collection have longer pages. which is very convenient for me. So I've already finished one Georgette Heyer for Big Book Summer, and I have at least 2 other kind of on the docket. This one here is going to also count for Historathon. I wasn't intending on starting this, but I kept passing it by while I was looking at things on my shelf. And I kind of broke down and did it. I've started already. This will be for Big Book Summer and for Historathon quarters 2 and 3. So it counts for both medieval and Tudor, because what's very nice about this book is it actually divides it into sections based off of era. So it'll say like part 1, childhood, 1478 to 1499. Well, that still falls in the medieval period. Part 2, manhood, 1499 to 1518. Well, up until, 1500, that still falls in the medieval for quarter 2. So I can then wait to do part 3 and part 4 until quarter 3 starts up. So this book nicely straddles quarters 2 and 3 for Historathon, while still being well within this is a 604-page book. I actually found this on Instagram. I saw an interview the author did, an Instagram interview the author did about this book, and it caught my attention. I've only sat down and read it once at this point, but I read 17 pages in a sitting, and I've really enjoyed what I read so far, so I'm looking forward to continuing. It's an easy to read format. So several of the sources the author uses I'm familiar with. She references Stripping of the Altars several times, which I am also actively reading, which, as she well should, if you're writing anything during this era, if you're not referencing Stripping of the Altars and you're dealing with English history during this era, you're doing something wrong, especially if you're talking about someone like Thomas More. Because Stripping of the Altars is a very important piece of historical work, and if you're ignoring it, you're probably hopelessly biased. You at least have to acknowledge the research Eamon Duffy put into it, and if you don't agree with him, you at least have to address those arguments, because, like I said, otherwise you're probably a hopelessly biased historian if you're dealing with English history during this period of time and you don't touch on Stripping of the Altars at all. I'm going to question your how good of a historian you actually are. But this other one that I also plan on doing, and I have it coming in, and this is going to kind of be a relaxed read as well. It's not going to fall into really, you could argue be like modern, like maybe quarter 4 history, but I'm still going to read it for Big Book Summer instead. It's a book on Mr. Rogers that I found. It just seemed like, I don't know, sometimes it's just nice to read about a person who only has good things ever, like everyone just knows he was an awesome guy. And you're like, I want to read about an awesome guy. I want to read about someone who doesn't have like the huge like stench of scandal attached to him or anything like that, like who's just really just an awesome person. So I've got a book on Mr. Rogers coming in. It's supposed to come in tomorrow. Or I guess rather today. It's 1 a.m. So it's supposed to come in sometime today. It would have come in yesterday, but it was Memorial Day yesterday, and it was stuck at the post office. This last one is another one that kind of was not necessarily, I was debating whether or not I'd be starting it this year, but then Red, White, and June came up. Now, I probably won't actually finish this for Red, White, and June because it is a long book, but I kind of like to get a good chunk of it in and also have it count for Historathon. And by that, it'll count for Historathon if I'm still reading this during quarter 3, but I meant count for Big Book Summer. And that's David McCullough's John Adams. And I should have been reading this last year, but I just didn't get around to it. And I am very fond of John Adams and family. Last year I read I did a buddy read with Arion of Book Zealots, where we read My Dearest Friend, which was John Adams and Abigail Adams' letters to each other throughout their lives. And I also read a book recommended to me by Arion, which is a book about John Quincy Adams. And I recently posted a review about that. So it's about time. I meant to read this before I ever read John Quincy Adams and just didn't happen. So I'm going to aim for this to be a Big Book Summer read. So we'll see how many of these will actually get done during Big Book Summer. I have high expectations for the Georgia Hares. That's not a problem. I can get a Golden Age mystery done very easily. I mean, as evidenced by the fact that I started No Wind of Blame on Friday, and I finished it on early in the morning on Monday. And this is, that's actually rather slow for me for reading a Golden Age mystery. So, and that's partially because I was distracted by other books, namely Unintentioned book that I started, Oliver Sacks' Mind's Eye. The Mind's Eye, excuse me. Which does not count for Big Book Summer, but I felt like just showing it because this is the reason why I didn't finish No Wind of Blame earlier. But yes, that's my plan thus far for Big Book Summer. I have Thomas More. I've got at least, these 4 with perhaps another Georgia Hare or 2 added in there, and the Mr. Rogers book that isn't here yet. And then I already finished No Wind of Blame. So that's my plan for Big Book Summer. I need to catch up on other people's videos to see what they're doing for Big Book Summer. I just have been very bad about keeping up on BookTube in general. Part of it's because I've been doing more reading. Part of it's been because I've just not been using my time well on YouTube when I have been on YouTube. So I just need to get better at that. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you the next time. God bless. Bye-bye.
Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea. Reading always feels so free.